Next, we have Anil Navkal from Energize Andover. Anil.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for inviting me, and thanks for allowing me to share a lot of our data, a lot of our experience with BU. Next slide, please. So we work with students and we work with town. And we work with students for last 5 years. We have been working with it. On the right, you see at the bottom, the first student who graduated about 4 years ago, and he's actually come back to meet me after he's graduating from the college. And he has himself said that this was an enormous impact on what he did. He's becoming an electrical engineer and going towards master's and PhD. He's from Georgia Tech. The one next to him in a blue shirt is someone who is going to Columbia University. He's a graduate this year, and the remaining two friends of his are also going to some great schools. They all graduated from the program, and they all created something phenomenal. Then my other student who is still in the program, the one who is on the top, whose name is Jade Nair, who was helped by Kate Connolly, a PhD student in the youth program that you have. She will be speaking later today. She was a mentor for my student and created a wonderful, impactful application that we have now sort of trying to introduce in the school environment that manages the whole high school air quality and the carbon dioxide and the air flows in HVAC system. Something that came extremely timely based on all the platform work we had done before. And I think we are really grateful for BU for really allowing Kate to work with us, because it made Jade's work sparkle, and the grass started speaking out, and they are now becoming some key areas. We are trying to push that into the whole town's thinking process, because at the end of the day, Energize Andover is really a disruptive force in the town. And as you can see, the disruption is not always easily handled by the town infrastructure, but we are making inroads. Next slide, please. So the way we handle disruption in the town is like allowing the data to speak for itself. And when we say data, we really mean something unique. I would love to know from all the participants if they know any other example, but we have put together entire town's information in one database. And this has not, I don't know any town that has done that. And when I say that, water utility data, the entire information for all consumers in the entire town of Andover in one database for 5 years. The town voter participation for 10 years. That includes local, state, federal elections, and including primaries. Voter participation in town meetings. So if the town meeting lasted for 3 days, we know which day that they attended, which day they didn't attend, what was their age, and what was their record in the rest of the election process. So how much engagement happened? How many citizens got engaged? Out of 30,000, we have 30,000+ population. Then
I'm going to have to ask you to maybe add a final point before we move on to our next speaker.
Okay.
We're going to go to the next slide?
Not yet.
All right.
Then the real-time monitoring available via web APIs is what we provide so that the data can be available from the web for the entire town infrastructure. This is very unique, of course. And then we have also introduced Andover CCA, which is community aggregation program, where the entire town's electricity can increase their clean energy content, and information about that whole program and the data is now available for research purpose and such. We have, in fact, the tool can be seen on set. Next slide, please. We created a whole bunch of applications in the process. The Energize apps, you can go and look at it and see how we have shown as a sample the electricity data for 3 quarters for Andover High School. You can examine how it was used for every 10 minutes bucket. Then we have created The dashboard, panel spy was another application we created, which actually talks about the whole electrical wiring management. So if you want to know this plug, where does it land up in the whole town's infrastructure, where energy is being used, how many pumps we have, all kinds of data, you can go to this one single tool that actually can figure out, gives you the whole information. And we created the infrastructure using students' help over summer programs. And so students were an integral part of this whole effort. And then we have created a building energy dashboard that actually shows real time the entire energy used by various buildings in the town. We have high school. Yeah.
We're going to move on to the next speaker, but I love that ending point of how this is all built on students' work, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Okay, last slide, please.
Maybe do one point from here and then we'll move on.
Okay, sorry. So basically what we are trying to go after is the financial modeling, and the rooftop solar projects are where we need the help. Solar canopies, ground source heat pumps is an area which is, there's a lot of information that is still not available for all kinds of help for different schools to leverage, and use of energy dashboards via a UI, a concept of energy density of the schools.
Thank you so much.
I will end it that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.